Unveiling the Wisdom of Plato, Fascinating Insights. Plato's birth in Athens around 428 BC coincided with the turbulent early years of the Peloponnesian War, a significant period in Greek history. This era of conflict and change shaped the backdrop of his early life, providing a rich tapestry of political and social upheaval from which his philosophies would later emerge. Hailing from an aristocratic family, Plato was deeply embedded in the political life of Athens. His lineage boasted connections to influential leaders, setting the stage for his eventual foray into the philosophical inquiries that would question the very fabric of Athenian governance and societal norms. As a devoted student of Socrates, Plato found himself at the intellectual heart of Athens. Socrates' method of questioning the world became the foundation of Plato's own philosophical journey. Through his dialogues, Plato preserved and expanded on Socrates' teachings, ensuring his mentor's legacy would endure for millennia. The execution of Socrates in 399 BC was a pivotal moment for Plato, propelling him into a period of extensive travel. Seeking wisdom, he ventured to Egypt to delve into mathematics and to Italy to study philosophy. These journeys significantly broadened his perspective, enriching his understanding of the world and its myriad cultures and philosophies. Plato's establishment of the Academy in Athens around 387 BC marked a seminal moment in Western civilization. As one of the earliest organized schools, it became a beacon of learning, attracting students from far and wide. The Academy stood as a testament to Plato's commitment to education, philosophy, and the pursuit of knowledge, principles that continue to influence contemporary thought. Plato's Academy, established around 387 BC in Athens, became a beacon of learning, drawing intellectuals from all corners of the known world. Its existence for nearly 900 years attests to its profound influence on Western thought, enduring until Emperor Justinian I ordered its closure in 529 AD, marking the end of an era. Within the walls of the Academy, Plato penned dialogues that encapsulated Socratic teachings. These dialogues, with Socrates often at the center, served not just as philosophical treatises but as literary masterpieces, reflecting Plato's deep reverence for his mentor and the intellectual rigor of their discussions. Plato's philosophical explorations were vast and encompassing, delving into ethics, politics, metaphysics, and epistemology. His profound inquiries into these realms laid the groundwork for much of Western philosophy, challenging future generations to ponder the complexities of reality and knowledge. At the heart of Plato's philosophy is his theory of forms, a concept proposing that beyond our tangible world lies a realm of abstract, perfect forms. This realm, according to Plato, holds the true essence of all things, offering a higher, unchanging reality in contrast to our fleeting, imperfect experiences. One of Plato's most enduring contributions is the allegory of the cave. This metaphorical narrative challenges perceptions of reality, suggesting that what we see are mere shadows of true forms. It invites readers to question the nature of knowledge and the process of enlightenment, themes that resonate through centuries of philosophical thought. Plato was a visionary in the realm of education, advocating for a structured system that emphasized mathematics, dialectic, and philosophy. He believed that a well-rounded education was the foundation of a just society. His emphasis on critical thinking and questioning laid the groundwork for educational practices that prioritize analytical skills over rote memorization. In his ideal society, as depicted in The Republic, Plato proposed that the rulers should be philosopher kings. These leaders would possess not only wisdom and intelligence, but also the moral character necessary to govern justly. Plato's concept of philosopher kings underscores his belief in a meritocracy, where governance is based on ability and virtue. The immortality of the soul and its pre-existence before birth were central to Plato's philosophy. He posited that the soul undergoes a cycle of rebirths and that knowledge is a process of recollecting truths known before birth. This view on the soul's journey reflects Plato's metaphysical ideas about existence and knowledge. Plato's influence on Western thought is undeniable, especially through his student Aristotle. His contributions laid the foundation for Western philosophy and science, establishing concepts that would be explored and expanded upon by his successors. His dialogues continue to be a cornerstone of philosophical education, teaching critical thinking and the pursuit of wisdom. The story of Atlantis, detailed in Timaeus and Critias, has intrigued people for centuries. Plato described it as a powerful and advanced civilization that ultimately fell out of favor with the gods and sank into the ocean. This tale has sparked countless speculations and explorations, becoming a symbol of lost civilizations and the hubris of mankind. Plato's works, preserved through the dedication of Muslim scholars during the Middle Ages, found their way back to Europe during the Renaissance. This reintroduction sparked a revival of interest in classical philosophy and played a crucial role in shaping the intellectual landscape of the time, rekindling the West's engagement with ancient wisdom. The Platonic solids, named after Plato, are geometric forms that fascinated him for their perfect symmetry and philosophical symbolism. These shapes, embodying the harmony of the universe, were extensively studied by Plato, who believed they held the key to understanding the cosmos, thus intertwining mathematics with metaphysical inquiry. Plato's concept of Platonic love has influenced the way love is perceived beyond just physical attraction. He elevated the idea of a profound, spiritual connection between individuals, advocating for relationships rooted in mutual respect and intellectual compatibility. This notion of non-sexual affection remains relevant, enriching contemporary understandings of love. In The Republic, Plato voiced his skepticism about democracy, suggesting it might lead to tyranny. He argued that without wise and virtuous leadership, the democratic process could be easily manipulated, leading to the rise of demagogues. This critique continues to resonate, offering a cautionary perspective on the vulnerabilities of democratic systems. Plato's journey into philosophy was significantly marked by his encounter with Socrates, leading him to abandon his pursuits in poetry and drama. This pivotal moment redirected his talents toward philosophical inquiry, setting the stage for his profound impact on Western thought. Through this shift, Plato laid the foundations for centuries of philosophical exploration. Plato's profound influence seeped into Christian theology, shaping its early development. The works of church fathers and the principles of Neoplatonism drew heavily from Platonic thought, intertwining ancient philosophy with the burgeoning Christian faith. This integration helped lay the philosophical foundations upon which much of Western religious thought was built. He championed a meritocracy, advocating for a society where rulers were chosen for their intelligence and moral character. Plato's vision was radical, suggesting that a person's capacity to govern should stem from their virtues and wisdom rather than their lineage or wealth. This idea challenged the prevailing norms of his time, promoting a fairer, more enlightened form of governance. In his symposium, Plato delves into the nature of love through a series of speeches, making it one of his most accessible works. The dialogue explores love's complexities, transcending physical attraction to touch upon the soul's yearning for the good and the beautiful. This work remains a cornerstone in understanding Platonic love. Plato's theory of knowledge posited that true understanding is innate, lying dormant within each person. He believed that through diligent inquiry and reflection, individuals could recollect this knowledge, a process that underscores the value of introspection and critical thinking in the pursuit of wisdom. The Socratic method, prominently featured in Plato's dialogues, remains a vital educational tool. By employing questioning to stimulate critical thinking and illuminate ideas, this technique encourages students to explore deeply and reflect on their beliefs. Its enduring use highlights Plato's lasting impact on pedagogical practices. Plato believed that the material world around us is just a shadow of a more profound, immutable spiritual realm. This view posits that what we perceive through our senses is only a partial, distorted representation of true, unchanging reality. This perspective encourages a focus on spiritual insight and philosophical understanding over sensory experience. He also argued that music and the arts profoundly influence the soul, suggesting that they have the power to shape character and morality. Plato advocated for the regulation of arts in society, believing that certain forms of art could lead to moral degradation, while others could uplift and educate the spirit. Plato was a pioneering figure in suggesting that the universe is governed by rational, intelligible laws. This idea laid crucial groundwork for the development of scientific inquiry, proposing that through reason and observation, humans can uncover the principles governing the cosmos, moving beyond superstition and speculation. Among his lasting contributions to cultural and philosophical lexicon are terms like Platonic love, Platonic solids, and Platonic ideals. These concepts have permeated various fields, from mathematics and philosophy to everyday language, illustrating Plato's enduring influence on Western thought and language. Despite his critique of Athenian democracy, viewing it as a system that could lead to tyranny, Plato's philosophical inquiries and ideals significantly influenced the development of Republican thought. His emphasis on governance by the wise and virtuous indirectly shaped the foundational principles of many modern democratic societies. Plato's dialogue, The Laws, is his most extensive work, delving into the intricate role of law in society. Unlike his earlier works, this dialogue explores the practicalities of governing, suggesting a blend of philosophy and practical governance. It serves as a comprehensive guide on how laws shape moral and civic life. Through a dialectical method, Plato's philosophical ideas encourage a journey toward truth through reasoned discussion. This approach underpins much of Western philosophical thought, emphasizing that understanding and wisdom come from a rigorous exchange of ideas. It highlights the importance of questioning and dialogue in the pursuit of knowledge. In his tripartite theory of the soul, Plato introduces a groundbreaking concept that divides the soul into logical, spirited, and appetitive parts. This framework not only explores psychological dynamics but also lays the foundation for ethical and political theories, suggesting that a balanced soul leads to a virtuous life. Plato's contributions to epistemology, particularly the distinction between knowledge and opinion, have been pivotal. He argued that true knowledge is eternal and immutable, while opinions are changeable and unreliable. This distinction encourages a pursuit of deeper understanding and skepticism towards superficial beliefs. His profound influence on mathematics is evident in his encouragement of geometric studies. Plato believed in the harmony of the universe and saw mathematics as a way to understand its underlying principles. This perspective inspired mathematicians like Euclid and Archimedes, cementing his role in the development of Western scientific thought. Plato is celebrated as the first political philosopher, pioneering a systematic exploration of politics. His profound insights into governance, justice, and the ideal state laid the groundwork for political theory. Through his dialogues, Plato dissected the dynamics of power and the virtues of leaders, influencing centuries of political thought. In his work Phaedo, Plato introduced the concept of anamnesis, suggesting that learning is essentially an act of recollection. This revolutionary idea posited that knowledge is innate within the human soul, waiting to be uncovered through inquiry. This perspective has deeply influenced educational philosophies and the understanding of human cognition. Despite establishing the academy, Plato harbored reservations about certain educational practices. He was particularly concerned about the impact of literature on the mind, fearing that it might nurture falsehoods and emotional instability. His cautious approach to education underscores a belief in its profound effect on individual character and societal health. In the Meno, Plato delves into the nature of virtue, pondering whether it can be taught or arises from divine inspiration. This dialogue explores the essence of virtue, suggesting that true goodness transcends simple knowledge and may indeed be a gift from the gods, a perspective that challenges the teachability of moral excellence. Throughout history, Plato's dialogues have served as foundational texts for teaching a wide array of subjects, from ethics to rhetoric. Their enduring relevance demonstrates Plato's unparalleled impact on education. By engaging readers in deep, philosophical inquiry, his works continue to provoke thought and inspire learners across diverse disciplines.